Everyone knew Lucille Ball as the brilliant redhead who built Desilu Studios and reshaped television with I Love Lucy. But what most people didn't realize is that power gave her something else. An unfiltered view of Hollywood's darkest personalities. Behind the laughter and the spotlight, she witnessed behavior the public never imagined. And near the end of her life, Lucille quietly revealed the names of 7 actresses she believed were truly evil. Not on screen, but behind closed doors. Some were her co-stars. Some were beloved icons. And every one of them left Lucy with a story that unsettled her for decades. Joan Crawford, the Ice Queen. Lucille had dealt with difficult actresses throughout her career, but none rattled her the way Joan Crawford did. To the world, Crawford was an immaculate Hollywood icon, a shimmering symbol of glamour, but Lucille saw past the polished diamonds and perfect posture. She saw a woman made of frost, someone who weaponized elegance. Crawford made Lucille whisper to a friend, "All she has is glamour. Underneath is nothing but ice." The moment that cemented this judgment came in 1971, when Crawford guest-starred on Here's Lucy. From the second she walked onto the set, the atmosphere shifted, cold in more ways than one. She demanded the studio be kept at precisely 68 degrees, insisted her chair be angled at an exact degree, and required lighting tailored to her bone structure. When a 22-year-old wardrobe assistant brought Crawford a dress with a barely noticeable wrinkle, Crawford didn't simply correct the issue. She annihilated the girl. Witnesses heard her hiss, "You're a useless little nothing. Toilets would be lucky to have you." Crawford demanded the young woman be fired immediately. Lucille refused, and that refusal marked the beginning of her private loathing. As soon as cameras rolled, Crawford transformed, gracious, charming, radiant. But the second the red light clicked off, she froze again, as if a human mannequin had been switched back to display mode. Lucille whispered, "I've worked with department store mannequins who felt more human." Crawford wasn't merely cold. Lucille believed she performed humanity without ever actually feeling it. And for Lucille, cruelty toward powerless people revealed a person's true nature. In Crawford, she saw someone who failed that test completely. Until her final days, Joan Crawford remained the woman Lucille Ball described as truly, unmistakably evil. Judy Garland, the beautiful chaos. Lucille Ball never softened her view of Judy Garland. Whenever Garland's name surfaced, Lucy's expression changed, not with anger but with heavy, exhausted disappointment. Judy's darkness wasn't malicious. It was turbulent, unpredictable, and devastating. Lucille had known Judy since their MGM days and adored her voice, soul, and fragile brilliance. But she also witnessed the destruction Judy left behind when chaos swallowed her. One memory haunted Lucille. A director told her about a shoot in the 1970s where Garland was scheduled to arrive at 5 a.m. Hours passed. At 2 p.m., Garland arrived, glowing and apologetic, and delivered 30 minutes of perfection. Then she announced she was too tired to continue and walked out. The next morning, 3 crew members were fired because the production was over budget. Lucille's anger wasn't jealousy. It came from scars. She had survived Hollywood by being reliable in a world that punished women for the slightest slip. Watching Garland's brilliance hurt innocent people felt unforgivable. At a private dinner, Lucille said, "Talent doesn't excuse destruction." And with Judy, someone always got destroyed. She never confronted Garland directly, but she made sure their professional paths never crossed again. When Garland died in 1969, Lucille mourned the gift, but not the chaos. In her eyes, Judy wasn't evil by intent, but the damage she caused was deep, real, and impossible to overlook. Ava Gardner, savage beneath the skin. Lucille once said Ava Gardner was a woman who took pleasure in hurting others. Ava possessed a sharp edge, a dangerous blend of beauty and cruelty. Their feud began during an MGM wardrobe fitting in the mid-1960s. A nervous assistant presented Ava with a freshly steamed dress. A tiny seam had softened. Ava exploded, saying, "Don't bother fixing it. You can't fix incompetence with more incompetence." The humiliated assistant froze. Lucille felt her chest tighten. This wasn't diva behavior. This was dominance. Lucille later said, "Ava didn't make mistakes. She made victims." Things worsened at a cocktail party when someone mentioned Lucille's name. Ava smirked. The washed-up clown? She's still working? Gasps rippled around the room. Ava didn't care. To Lucille, Ava Gardner's beauty was a mask concealing teeth. Even in her final years, whenever Ava's name appeared, Lucille muttered, "People have no idea what she was behind that face." Bette Davis, the talent who cuts for sport. Lucille called Bette Davis one of the few who cut people for sport. Everyone admired Davis's genius, but Lucille privately asked, why does she enjoy hurting people so much? Their worst encounter happened at an industry dinner in the mid-1960s. Bette tore into a young waiter who had brought the wrong wine. "Do you even know how to read a label? Or is that beyond you?" The boy apologized endlessly, but Bette savored every humiliating moment like a performance. Lucille watched, stunned. This wasn't temper. It was intentional cruelty. Later that night, Bette spotted Lucille and raised her glass in mock friendliness. Lucille didn't respond. Crawford was cold, she told a friend. But Bette enjoyed inflicting the wound. She respected talent, but anyone who used power to crush people trying to survive in Hollywood was despised. Zaza Gabor, fake to the bone. Lucille said Zaza was fake down to the bone. She didn't fear her looks or fame, she hated the fraudulence. Zaza weaponized charm while treating people like disposable props. At a charity event in the late 1960s, Zaza, draped in diamonds and furs, smiled like royalty. When a volunteer guided her to a table, she snapped, "I don't sit with peasants." Later, a young volunteer brushed against her coat by accident. Zaza whispered, "Sweetheart, you touch my coat again, and I'll make sure you never work an event in this town again." Lucille later told a colleague, "Nothing about her is real. Not the accent, not the elegance, not even the kindness." To Lucille, fake kindness was deadlier than hatred itself. Even when Zaza slapped a police officer in 1989, Lucille said, "There she is, the real one." Lucille never forgave her. And in her eyes, the most dangerous kind of evil is the kind that smiles while it stabs. Now that you've heard the 7 names Lucille Ball revealed, which one shocked you the most? Do you think Hollywood still hides people like this today? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your perspective might surprise someone else. And if you want more untold stories, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss the next reveal. Everyone knew Lucille Ball as the brilliant redhead who built Desilu Studios and reshaped television with I Love Lucy. But what most people didn't realize is that power gave her something else. An unfiltered view of Hollywood's darkest personalities. Behind the laughter and the spotlight, she witnessed behavior the public never imagined. And near the end of her life, Lucille quietly revealed the names of 7 actresses she believed were truly evil. Not on screen, but behind closed doors. Some were her co-stars. Some were beloved icons. And every one of them left Lucy with a story that unsettled her for decades.